Okay.
And listen, look, I'm seeing my grandma. That's very common.
Okay.
Now, I believe that when Paul is writing, and by the way, we know for sure that Paul never met Jesus, never spoke with Jesus, never in his lifetime. And when he heard that Peter said, that Peter said, I saw Jesus, it's quite possible that Peter said, wait, one second, you're not letting me complete.
I got the point.
No. So what's the point I'm trying to make?
You're trying to make the point that Paul might have not actually seen Jesus, and it might have been a visual experience, right?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah,
This is why it's very important you listen very carefully.
Yeah, I'm listening.
What Paul is transmitting is what he heard from other people.
What do you mean?
Right.
So when he says like, I
When
see
Peter,
the vision,
yeah, Peter said, I saw Jesus. But according to apocalyptic Jews, they do not believe in a bodily resurrection.
I mean, Jews didn't actually believe that Jesus will be crucified.
Which Jew believes in a bodily resurrection?
I mean, I don't know honestly, but what I
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
What I know.
The Pharisees.
Who?
The Pharisees
believed in the resurrection.
The Pharisees.
The Pharisees?
This is what he's saying.
The Pharisees believe in
the resurrection.
They do believe in the resurrection. Well, what's the nature of the resurrection? Did they believe in the concept of separation between the soul and the body?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Right.
Like,
So this is so now the disciples are trying to figure out. Okay, if Jesus was alive after he was dead, how do we square that? So the only way how they can square is it must be. The soul must have been in his body. There was no separation between the body and the soul.
But can I?
Go on, carry on.
Okay, but we were talking about Jesus being appeared to different people. He appeared to
I don't deny that. I don't deny that.
Disciples. Okay, you're saying that 1 in 8 people have seen
if I say my grandma appeared to me, and you never saw me before, you never interviewed me before, and you're getting it from a second hand, of course you're going to believe I said that I saw my grandma. So this is not surprising.
In the 4 Gospels, it's mentioned that Jesus appeared to the 12 disciples.
Did any of
appeared to Mary and appeared to
It's a
all of them.
contradiction. It's a contradiction.
What do you mean?
Okay, thank you. The disciples of Jesus never expected a risen Messiah. And what Paul is saying is he is prophesying in the Old Testament that this Messiah will be risen.
Again, Jesus said to them,
they wrote in the Bibles that they were expecting a resurrected Messiah.
Right, just imagine yourself. You're in the first century Palestine. The disciples of Jesus walked around, saw Jesus performing miracles, bringing Lazarus from the dead, feeding the 5,000. Right, this is nothing. This is amazing. But if he, one second. If he is the true Messiah, he will be able to perform these miracles. Now, for them, that strengthens their belief. But why didn't none of the disciples expected Jesus to be risen? If Jesus truly said, "I'm going to be resurrected," the way how you understood, why did none of the disciples expect his resurrection?
Feel him in the
Yes, if you read in Luke chapter 24, verse 36, when Jesus
have verses in the Bibles that saying that they were expecting a resurrected Jesus.
Where? Show me.
I can show you the verses.
Show me. From the disciples of Jesus.
Yeah.
Because in John's Gospel, you look at all of the Gospels, none of the disciples expected the risen Jesus. They were shocked. They said,
too good to be
why were they shocked?
to be believed. But then they saw, but then he appeared to them.
No, but no.
They were in fear all the time because basically the whole thing that they believed in is dead, and now they don't know where to go.
Right.
And
the disciples of Jesus, they weren't shocked seeing Jesus resurrecting Lazarus from the dead. They weren't shocked because they knew he was the Messiah.
There is a difference between him resurrecting someone from the dead and himself.
No. That's not the point. The point is that they would expect Jesus. If Jesus said, "I'm going to be risen on the 3rd day," why would the disciples shock them? Which means that there is a discrepancy. There's a discrepancy going on.
That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that. Like I respect that this might be your opinion, but my opinion is honestly, if I'm living with Jesus, I would feel the same thing.
You're failing to comprehend my point, which is Paul says that there is a risen Messiah prophesied in the Old Testament. Now we can all agree that the Old Testament is a Jewish corpus, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So they're the first people to be able to understand their own scriptures. Why did none of the Jews expect a risen Messiah? And remember, the disciples of Jesus, they were Jews, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So why did none of the disciples expect Jesus resurrect? Why? Because they were Jews. Jews did not expect a risen Messiah. Do you know what they expected? A Davidic Messiah. A king.
Okay.
They didn't expect a risen Messiah, dying for people's sin as a God man.
I agree.
Okay.
What
So
did that change?
where is it?
What I'm saying is
Where
that
is-
the disciples have seen him, the 12 they have seen him, Mary have seen him, and then he appeared to all of them. And according to the book of Acts, he appeared to 500 people.
I don't deny that.
Okay.
Because appearing is open interpretation.
No.
It
but
is. Because
cannot-
if I say, look, my grandma appeared to me,
That's
that
not-
could be vision experience.
Okay. Can
No,
all of us
die
at the
for
same
it.
place have the same vision?
But Paul was not in the
experience?
same place, was he?
No. I'm talking about the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
No.
I'm talking about the.
Again, you fail to miss the point. All of Paul's letters are predated to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay, I'm talking about
So my
Matthew, Mark,
so you can, so and also, I actually would like to challenge you a single letter of Paul where he directly quotes any of the 4 Gospels.
That wouldn't change anything. Though,
Of
what
course
we're
it does.
Talking about.
Of course it does.
How?
Because look,
So what's
I
the
think you
problem
failed to.
of the Gospels being written after this?
Right. My point. They're not understanding. I'm not denying that the disciples believed that Jesus appeared to them. I'm not denying that. What I'm scrutinizing is the
was some
authenticity.
kind of illusion,
Wait,
yeah.
It's some kind of illusion, yes.
But it cannot be
Right.
a group
And that's how
illusion.
Paul understood.
What I'm saying is,
Okay,
not
but
all of
according
us can
to the
experience
4
the
Gospels,
He saw him. He didn't only understand and learn from them.
Right,
He
hang
saw
on.
him.
Okay, can I make one point? In Mark's Gospel, in chapter 16, verse 8 onwards, it speaks about the resurrected Jesus. Correct? Yeah. It speaks about the resurrection of Jesus. Mark. Yeah. And that's the first gospel that was written, historically speaking, before Matthew, Luke.
The first one.
But however, if you look at the New International Version, it mentioned that it's this passage of the resurrection of Jesus is not found in the ancient manuscripts. Now, according to tradition, wait 1 second. According
It's
to
found in other manuscripts.
Right, hang on. No, it's not found in the other manuscripts.
In any manuscript.
Huh?
It's not found in any.
It's not even found in the Q source. Not even found in the Q source. It's not found. My point. Wait 1 second, madam. I'm trying to speak to them. I'm trying to speak to them. Now, according to the Christian
was in the
tradition,
original.
Mark's gospel was believed to have been Peter's scribe. Is that right? Peter's scribe.
I don't know.
It's based upon the testimony of Peter. Okay. Now, if you look at Matthew's gospel, Peter experiences and actually walks around Jesus at the resurrection of Jesus. Correct? After the crucifixion of Jesus, when Jesus raised from the dead, according to Matthew's gospel, Peter was one of the disciples that walked around with Jesus before he ascended after 50 days. Right? Now, if Mark's gospel is based upon Peter's testimony, why is the resurrection story not found? In fact, you know how it ends in Mark's gospel? It is, of course. But this is King James. If you go to the international version, it's not found in the ancient manuscripts.
No, this is the ancient manuscript.
Put in later. Later, it's put in later.
It's a fabrication. Starts here after it says he is risen.
Where Paul is quoting something from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right?
Yes.
Okay, in 1 Corinthians 11,
Yes.
where I received from the Lord what I
Yes.
also passed to you, the Lord Jesus on the night.
Yeah.
He was betrayed, took the bread,
Here
and
we are.
he had given
Here we
thanks,
are.
and he broke it and said,
Yeah.
this is my body, which is for you. This is in remembrance
He is
of me.
risen.
Yeah.
In
And
the
this
same
is
way,
before-
after supper, he
yes.
took the cup,
We
saying, this is
think
the cup,
that
the
they
new
lost.
covenant of my blood,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah,
Now
no,
in 1 Corinthians
18 as well,
12.
yeah.
And then when we go to Matthew 24,
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
but part of it was probably went missing. But it definitely ends
I think
saying
Matthew
he is risen.
26, you say?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Matthew 26.
That actually goes against biblical historians. All the biblical scholars mention that all of the 4 gospels were written after Paul's death.
But perhaps.
Jesus answered, you have said so. While we were eating,
got it
Jesus
from
took the
Paul
bread.
then.
Yeah.
They got it from Paul. They got it from Paul's writing.
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
While he took the bread and he had given thanks and
Yeah.
he broke it and he cooked.
Okay,
It's exactly the same thing,
think
right?
logically here.
Okay.
I mentioned right from the beginning, all of the 4 gospels were influenced by Paul's letters. So this is not surprising. My point is, look,
You challenged me to give you a verse.
I did.
And I gave it to you.
I did.
Thank you.
Conceded. But I said right from the beginning that all of the 4 gospels were heavily influenced by Paul's writings. I did say that right.
So you mean that, let's say, like, what you mean is that it might be that they copied from Paul, what they said about what happened with Jesus.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Because they were sitting with Jesus, they were having the Passover, he was talking about it, and then he quoted exactly what happened to them.
But Paul wasn't around. That's the whole point. Paul, no, wait, hang on.
That's why he said this is what I received.
One second.
And this doesn't change what we're talking about that Jesus is
But it
God.
does change what I mentioned about Mark's Gospel, about the resurrection of Jesus. It's not found in Mark's Gospel in the earliest manuscripts.
No, wait.
Did you listen to my response to it?
Independent.
You were challenging me, so I got that verse.
Yeah,
What I'm
okay.
saying
Like you are rejecting every verse introduced to you from the Gospels.
You know what? I can see.
Okay,
Fine.
thank you.
I can see.
Thank you.
Now, can you address the point that we
What
made?
is the point again?
Okay. Mark's Gospel is written around 70 to 71 Christian era, yeah? That's the earliest of
I
the
don't
four
know.
Gospels.
I'm not 100% sure, but okay, let's
I mean,
say...
this is
Was the
okay, wait, hang on.
and
Yes?
Luke's
around the
Gospel
end of
was
the first
written
century.
before.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Paul
saying.
was,
It's-
executed.
one second.
So the whole of Luke's Gospel, and which came after Mark, was written
Actually, Matthew and Luke's Gospel.
Okay, can I hear here?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we can put Luke's Gospel down because he wrote his Gospel followed by Acts, which didn't end with the execution
No,
of
Luke's,
Paul.
no, Luke gives you the reason.
Can I hear here first and then...
Please.
Uh-huh.
We believe that both Luke and Acts, which followed Luke, were written before the execution of Paul, which was around 30, 40 years after.
What you're saying is Luke...
Mark was the first. We believe Mark was the first gospel, which was before.
No, I would agree with her on that. Luke's Gospel is the only one that could possibly been written around Paul's time. That's the only gospel.
Was it written before?
No.
Jesus died and he...
No. Wait. One second. Luke's Gospel is the only gospel that could potentially have been written around Paul's time. But definitely for sure, Matthew, Mark and John did
so
not.
you agree on
That's
Luke,
my point.
right? So you agree that Luke is historically reliable.
But what I'm talking about. Wait, 1 second. What I'm trying to say is that what I'm trying to.
You said Mark is the first.
Yeah.
And now Luke.
You just now you're saying Luke.
I'm saying you
So
don't know
Mark
for
as well will be
we don't
before
know definitively. Because hang on. Wait, hang on. Paul's letters. Wait, hang on. Nearly half of Paul's
It doesn't
letters.
agree
Wait,
with
hang on.
himself.
Nearly half of Paul's letters are believed to be forged. So you're going no by the biblical scholars. So you're going by a belief that's based on forgeries. So how can I take any of the words for it? I'm just going by possibility,
What do you mean by
probability.
forgery?
It's your belief.
You don't know about
not
that?
Christian.
I want to understand the word.
Pseudo letters.
Pseudo-authorship. So
Pseudo-authorship.
you write it,
Yes.
and you, like how I said with the book, you say you attribute it to Paul.
Just like Hebrews, right? Yeah.
So
Claiming
No,
that
Hebrews are anonymous.
Possibly.
The question, what was the question again?
No, I'm trying to say
I'm trying to say that,
can see where
that basically Mark was the first thing that was written, and it was influenced by Paul's letters. But at the same time, he challenged me to get him a verse that was quoted, like Paul quoted from the four Gospels, and I got it for him. And then he said he agrees that Luke might be one of the earliest as well.
possibly.
Yeah, thank you.
But we know for sure that Mark, Matthew,
Before
and
the
John
execution of-
wasn't written around the time
The
of
main
Paul.
point we were mentioning
we know that for sure.
is the Bible is
Well, you're claiming.
Yeah, more or less. Sorry. I made this fundamental point to this gentleman here, which is
Luke's
look.
writings were
1 second.
written before the execution
1 second.
of Paul.
1 second. 1 second. 1
And
second.
Mark was before that.
In Mark's Gospel, okay, by consensus, according to historical. By the way, 1 second. Wait, hang on.
I like a question that when you say consensus, it would be better for me just to quote it and to search it up. You mentioned a specific name that consents on that.
John Barton, Professor John Barton. Read his book, History of the Bible.
Okay.
He mentions
History
that.
of the Bible?
Yeah, Bart Ehrman. Okay.
I know.
And by the way, do you know how historicity works?
Okay.
So historicity, the objective of using the historical method is to reconstruct what may have happened in the past events. It's all based on probabilities, by the way. Okay. So the strongest evidence regarding the Gospels is that Mark was written the earliest. That is the highest probability. So I'm not saying with absolute certainty. This is how secular historians work.
But that doesn't
So I'm
change
going.
the fact
This
that
is not.
Jesus-
This is not me saying it. Wait, hang on. This is. Wait, hang on. Right, hang on. This is not. Exactly. This is not me saying. This is Christians and biblical scholars say that. This is not me. Now, wait, one second. So,
Muslim Christians.
no, that's not my argument. Because nobody. Don't start the argument. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, according to the Christian tradition,
According to your tradition.
not according to Christian tradition.
What is Christian tradition again?
Wait, hang on. See, I'm trying to make a point, and you keep cutting me off.
Bart Ehrman, you can probably accept.
I'm Muslim, by the way, but I don't get the point.
But you just came here.
We can't go back half an hour.
Exactly.
But I just want somebody.
If somebody cuts me off, how would he understand the point that I'm making?
Yeah, sorry, please.
I mentioned to Peter here, that according to the biblical scholars and Christian scholars,
I mean, 100% of the scholars.
what did I just say?
You said one scholar.
I said majority of scholars.
Majority.
I said majority. And I already defined to you what historicity is. I mentioned it's based on probability. It's not for certainty. This is how historicity works. Okay. So whenever, so you have to understand. You have to understand every historical. When we take the historical approach towards the Gospels, I'm not saying it's for certainty. I'm just saying it's based on probability. What's most likely. That's how historicity works.
Okay.
This is not me. This is according to your scholars.
Yeah.
And according to the Christian scholars and biblical scholars, it is most likely that Mark's gospel is the earliest. Okay. Now. Based upon that, if you read Mark's gospel, which consists of 16 chapters, okay, it's the shortest of the 4. Okay. If you read from Mark chapter 16, verse 8 onwards, that speaks about the resurrection of Jesus. But according to the NIV version, hang on, the New International Version,
Let us show. I will read.
Can you
where
tell the
it
madam
says
here to let me speak?
Can I hear his point? And
Thank you
then
very
can
much.
Continue?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Now,
much, man.
you will not find this particular footnote in the King James Version, but you will find this in the New International Version, which they go by the Codex Sinaiticus, which is the oldest complete manuscript of the New Testament that you have, that's dated in the 300s. They put a footnote, even though they still added the resurrection of Jesus in Mark's Gospel, they put a manuscript by saying it's not found in the earliest manuscripts. So wait, one second. Wait, hang on. I haven't come to.
So what is the point that you're trying to make?
But I'm trying to look. I've always said this many times.
In details, but I want to know the end point and then build it.
No, that's not how it works.
Okay.
The way how it works is done everything chronological. This is what I'm doing.
In the original.
Wait, hang on.
And it says
Peter,
Christ is risen.
Look, she's been known here for many years in the park, and that's what she's been doing. Now she's elderly. I don't want to disrespect her.
I do.
So if you could kindly please tell her.
Madam,
I just want to. This is written before. This is written before verse 8. Okay, don't be alarmed. He said,
Yeah,
"You're
I'm gonna cut
looking
it.
for Jesus, the Nazarene,
Summarize.
crucified. He has risen.
Yeah.
He is not here.
Cut it and then
See
summarise
the
your
place
argument.
where they laid him.
the audience
But go
understands.
tell
The YouTube would see.
disciples.
Unless you tell the madam here to stop interjecting, then I have to end the conversation.
8 onwards, which we all agree
Should we do it?
was lost.
Okay.
But the resurrection comes before that.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you so much.
So this is.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I really
it's
appreciate it.
just-
So may I make my point?
Which
Can
you've
we give
already
him the
made.
point?
Yeah, thank you very much.
That after
Right.
they talked about the resurrection,
Because I do
they
also
lost.
have questions, by the way.
No problem.
Yeah,
No
and I would
problem.
love
No
to
problem.
discuss
You can ask this question.
Yeah,
No
thank
problem.
you. But-
What I'm saying is, I spoke to Peter earlier
Yeah.
while you were conversing with Idrish here. I mentioned that according to biblical scholars, Mark's gospel is the earliest.
Okay.
Wait. No. I have to. No, I have to.
We're going to get past the point.
I have to. No. If somebody interjects,
I will
sorry.
say what
But she interrupts me. I don't understand why you don't tell her to stop interrupting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And it will only take 1
What's your
minute.
name? What's
Yes,
your...
but he
Excuse
doesn't
me.
give it a chance to
Can we get to the point?
Yeah. Can
Get
you
to the point. Can you be quiet and then get to the point?
Right.
According, so you said Mark is the earliest, and according to the Christian scholars, okay, what is the point?
Right. My point is, in Mark's Gospel, in chapter 16, verse 8 onwards, you will find the resurrection of Jesus narrated. Okay?
and 6 onwards.
Now get to the point. Just get to the point.
If somebody keeps interjecting, I can't. Okay. Right? So what happened? Now, in Christian tradition, it's believed that Mark's gospel is based on Peter's testimony.
Please,
Okay, wait. No. I'm trying to. No, this is not how it works.
What do you mean?
No. Look. If you don't feel comfortable, we can end the discussion.
No. I said from the beginning that I'm.
That's how arguments work.
No, what I'm saying.
Do you explain me just to give the conclusion? I honestly speaking.
What I'm saying.
Kernel of the argument.
No, I can't do that.
Speak to me.
My point is,
We're
no,
not
I
having
can't do
an argument, okay?
that.
We're
I can't do that.
What I'm saying is-
Look, just give me 30 seconds.
to me?
Can you give me at least 30 seconds? 30
Here
seconds.
for 30 minutes. No problem.
Okay, I think this is all tactical from this. I think this is all tactical.
Why are very angry?
Yeah.
She's interrupting.
I know, can you please not to interrupt us?
Huh?
What I'm saying, I am saying something.
Can I say something? She's interrupting.
I know.
We're having a friendly conversation, right?
Let's give him a full minute.
I've been having a friendly conversation with you, right?
Now, she's dictating on what the conversation should be, and she's looking at her watch. Madam, you were told. Madam,
30 seconds and you finish.
madam.
Give him 1 minute.
Madam.
No, 30 seconds.
Madam.
That's all I want. That's all. No, 30 seconds. That's all I want.
Hello, madam.
That we're making arguments.
Hello,
That's
All I want. All I want is 30 seconds. I don't even need a minute.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Starting now. Let him speak.
Go ahead.
30 seconds.
Please,
30 seconds.
please.
The conversation.
Madam, you were told from the beginning, from at least myself and my colleague, or my associate, that you let me. You don't let me finish.
We know nobody's saying
Let me finish. Let me finish.
30 seconds. Start.
Let me finish.
I can start.
Can you please let him
Can I finish?
Thank you.
Right. Hello. Thank you. Right. Do I have your attention?
30 seconds.
Do I have your attention?
I'm listening.
You were told right from the beginning that we do not want you part of this discussion.
I'm not saying that.
Okay?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah? Subhanallah
I don't know.
We were told.
I'm not saying that.
You were told from the beginning. We do not want you part of this
It's
discussion.
the speaker's corner. You can say what you like.
But
Okay.
this is the speaker's
So,
right?
This is
so
speaker's
you have
I'm
the
corner.
right
filtering.
to
I'm
do that.
filtering now.
You can't.
So please, with all due respect, what's happening?
Please, just let him speak.
Hit me, bro.
Let him
You
speak.
don't want to hear the
Can you
truth.
please vacate the conversation? Either she leaves or I cut out the conversation.
30
I'm
seconds.
gonna end the
Starting now.
conversation. No, I'm gonna end the
The
conversation.
speaker's corner.
I'm gonna end the conversation.
We can choose who we
And I have been. We had a good conversation.
You want details or not?
Just
If you don't want details, I'll end it. I'll end
You're
it.
wasting 10
I'll end
minutes.
it.
Summarize.
Just waste my time.
Summarize.
Okay, fine.
And I want to be in the summary, okay? Would that be okay?
But she's over. No, the conversation's over.
I want to thank you in the video.
It's over. Oh, okay. Thank
I
you very
want to
much.
thank you. Okay. I just want to thank you.
The resurrection in verse 6. Before it comes to die.
Where is it?
I think.
Can I have this?
Right. You can summarize it.
So,
We'll have a discussion after.
so,
Not be on camera, so if it's okay.
so, as we see again, people come in and interject into conversations. And prior to the lady coming in, the conversation was flowing lovely, and it was held in a, I would say in a frank,
Civil discussion.
but civil manner. Okay. So unfortunately, we've had to end it because of moi. And Bidnillah, may Allah guide them and continue to guide us. Amen.
I mean, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So it's going to be a friendly conversation, but don't be angry.
Why does it automatically mean I'm talking?
No, we're not angry with you. We're not angry with you.
Pick up any thesaurus and look at precedent.